And we're back with some more oxygen not included on our baby mini base. And we got a few minor scaldings when putting this in the last day, but I've made a few minor modifications here just to have put this mesh tiles up here so that when we do let regolith in anymore, it should hopefully stay mostly up here and that won't let any of the heat in. And hopefully if we do accidentally let in a meter or two, it'll stop up there instead of dragging in a bunch of carbon dioxide all the way down to the bottom. And given enough time, most of that gas should float out of there, and then it will be a perfectly temperature-sealed area, and we can send our people in without any worries. In fact, I think we're down to low enough levels of gas now that we should be able to send pawns in there without an issue. Over here, oh, yeah, we're still making an absolutely silly amount of clay. What are we up to? 23 tons of clay. We need the regoliths for it, but hey, it seems to be working. I'm going to skip this forward a bit while we scan the nearby planets. Once we've scanned the local 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, out to here, the 4K ring. Once we've done the 4K ring, we'll rip out the telescope and start replacing this with a steam rocket. First up, though, blueprints. What do we got? You know what? We'll take the water. Yeah, we'll go with the water. Oh, we've only got 3 briar seeds. We already have enough water, so you know what? Yeah, we'll just take the briar seeds. Anyway, let's skip it forward and hopefully see what the planets have in store for us. Well, we are scanning the stars. I should probably point out a sneaky thing you can do with this telescope. I've seen several people do it before. You can, if we were to place the telescope right there, it has a sort of viewing radius, as in it's 5 tiles to the left of here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's out to there, and 5 tiles to the right of this leftmost tile. What this means is it can actually see technically through walls. So if you were to place something like this right there, well, what would happen is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 tiles of it would be open to space here and could actually see the sky, meaning you could technically see through the wall to scan the stars. It's just one of those sneaky things you can do to take advantage of one of the game mechanics. Let's see, we've got metallic. I'm really looking forward to see what happens when we get our researcher ships out of there and seeing what the close-by materials are. The close-by space materials we get could determine an awful lot about where we go from here. All right, with the last of the planets going down just about now, we can see exactly what we're dealing with, all the way out to the satellite. So we got 2 carbon asteroids out here. This one has 2 possible minerals on it. That would be great. Hopefully that's fullerene and terbium. That would be just beautiful, but let's hope we're that lucky. We've also got an oil asteroid out here, which is interesting. There may be something we can do with that. You know, I'm feeling pretty good about this. I'm feeling pretty good. We've got plenty of options, and we might as well start getting our research on. Well, that means this has to go. We can deconstruct this, and we're going to turn this entire thing into a rocket cell, although how deep we go, well, that's going to vary. Oh, one thing, we might want to get rid of this down here. There's some fun suggestions about how we could remove all of this magma. Let's give one of them a try right now. We're going to try building in a Sweepy dock. If we build in a Sweepy dock down here, throw in a Sweepy, presumably we make the Sweepy out of steel as well, then it should be able to start sucking up all of this magma down here. Assuming it doesn't just instantly melt the moment we put it into that magma. Is it flooded? Is it going to overheat? When delivery of metal. Can we actually decide what gets put in there? Can we determine that it's only steel? Well, this incoming dupe is carrying iron. That seems like it would be a bad idea. We don't want iron in here. Iron would be terribly bad. What are you carrying? You are carrying steel? So I'll tell you what, we're going to send you back, say, to there somewhere. If you're carrying steel, you are more than welcome. What's the next one going to bring down? Nope. You will just have to go miles away. Allow me to do some fiddling here. I think we can get this to be all steel. Okay, I think we finally got Moff Gideon down here with some steel. Please. Oh no, you delivered a bunch of copper as well. What? Why would you do that? Damn it. Where did the copper even come from? So we've got steel and copper. We just need someone to bring down enough copper to make this. Nope. Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't want you anywhere near this place. We'll get someone to bring down steel. Okay, IG-11, you're bringing down steel. Come on, top it up. There we go. Okay, perfect. Now we have... Excellent. What are you guys doing? Oh, stop that. Stop putting more stuff in there. It's fine. We've got enough. That copper is just going to melt. It's going to liquefy in there. That's going to be terrible. Okay, in that case, I can get rid of all of the steel I've been stockpiling here. I started stockpiling steel nearby to try and up the chances of that. That's awkward. I wish I could have chosen. But now we've got a blob of gold down there, I'm going to assume. Let's check on the liquid overlay. It'll probably give us a better idea. Yes, we have a blob of gold that liquefied in there, and we're probably going to have another blob of copper shortly. But Sweepy should start sweeping up all of that and dumping it in there. At which point... you know what? We'll set this back to, was it 170, I believe? Yeah, so if the temperature is below 170, that will open up, and we will put that on sweep. Take that off sweep only, and they should sort of start taking the magma out of here as well. And we'll also put in liquid copper and a few other of the liquids, and we should be able to use Sweepy here to vacuum out this whole area. I think we may genuinely have found a useful use for Sweepy. Oh wait, come on, come back, come back. Here we are. So when they get down here, they should grab it straight from the Sweepy dock. Oh, well, they took the copper ore first. That's beautiful. Now just go grab the magma. Well, sorry, the copper, liquid copper. There was liquid copper in there. But now they should grab the magma as well and throw it into that section. Come on, do it. That's just absolutely perfect. That means we can drain out this entire area from magma using a Sweepy dock. It actually has a purpose. I was really beginning to think the Sweepy docks were more ceremonial than anything else. Let's get this on and get started on our steam rocket, shall we? While I'm attempting to get together a little bit of an airlock before we move this all down, we're probably going to have to dispose of all the critters. The reason being, I could move them over to this side somewhere, but I don't really have space. At the same time, I can't contain them anywhere because I don't have space. Maybe the shovels? I could probably shove the shovels in somewhere. But barring that, there's not really much I can do. One thing I did want to make a note of is the amount of dirt required to do some research. For example, we've just started solid fuel combustion, which has 70 novice research, which uses this research station. We have 700 kilos of dirt in there, and now we have 600 kilos of dirt in there. Oh look, we're down to 500 kilos of dirt. What? How much dirt does it cost to do research? I've never paid attention before, but it's a lot. Like, you need a lot of dirt to do research. That's insane. We've done 10 points of research with 600 kilos of dirt. How much dirt do I have left? Yeah, well, yeah, I'm going to need more dirt. Like, a lot more dirt. I've got 3 composts running up here, and that's not even going to be close to enough. Another thing we could do is we could boil the polluted water we have, and if we boil the polluted water we have, it'll give us dirt. But it's actually kind of more efficient to run it through your water sieves. Combining it regolith, it gives you more dirt that way. So I might just have to start making more of it. Though I'm not sure what I do with the clean water at the end of the day. You know what? I'll see. We should have enough dirt that we should get out of this that we should be able to knock out all of our research anyway. Let's get on with putting in this steam rocket silo, which is going to be a very interesting problem. I kind of want to extend it down, but that'd mean removing all the magma. And yeah, we still haven't. Sweepy here hasn't finished. They have done quite an exceptional job. You'll notice here. They're draining this place out excellently. They actually have a really good purpose for that. Let's start bricking this up and put ourselves in an airlock. Finally, we have what looks like the beginning of a rocket silo. I decided not to use bunker tiles on the edge and to save one tile and just use insulated tiles the whole way down. Yes, it will take meteor damage, and yes, that won't be good, but we can repair it, and it saves us an awful lot of tile space. Effectively, 2 tiles either side of it, which, given our shortage of space, that doesn't seem like a bad idea. And that is good. Now we just gotta wait until the oxygen drains out of there. Well, I don't want to let anything else in there. What I did was I opened up these doors, brought everyone through this way, sealed up those ones, and then had everyone strip out all the regolith, just so that this place wouldn't get boiling the moment I opened up this bottom section into it. Just the amount of regolith in there was heating everything up to uncomfortable levels, and I didn't want to have to install a whole ton more hospital beds. At the same time, this liquid pump over here got switched over from heavy wire to just plain 2 kilowatt wire. We needed some way of getting the power across there without running a big thick wire through it across. The piping that goes through here, I've switched it all to insulated pipes made out of granite, which is probably not my smartest move, but you know what? We'll go with it for now and see how it works. Oh, you need to be insulated there as well. Reason being, those doors are probably going to become a bit warm. Might be an idea to make sure they don't boil our water going through there. That should be the start of it. Now we just need to start putting in our rocket. You're going straight for the steam engine, of course, because we literally cannot build anything else. That can be able to fit. Yeah, that should fit perfectly through there. Oh, I still haven't made the steam section, have I? Well, you know what? We can do that probably with some regolith. We can dump some regolith nearby, boil a bunch of water. On the bright side, we have a lot of steel, 12 tons of this stuff, and we have been pretty liberal about using it. The reason being, it's actually one of the more popular metals I've got about now. Though have I run out of coal yet? 6.9 tons. I had to turn off ceramic production. We were going through our coal way too quickly. How much ceramic have we got going on? Oh, 76 tons of ceramic. Oops, I suppose? Yeah, I'm going to call that an oops. Oh, well, let's get this rocket up and running, shall we? I decided to move the rocket to the left-hand side. I just figured it'd be more convenient for access and faster in and outs. Though, yeah, how often am I going to be going over to this side of the map? Hopefully not very often. Yeah, because we're going to have to go all the way up to the top and over the top of the rocket to get through. Yeah, pathing is going to be fun. So I have run into a few problems that I probably should have thought about beforehand. The first is we're completely out of dirt. Even the polluted dirt I had here, I thought I had a big stockpile. No, that's not there anymore, which means we can't finish off these researches. Even if we do get the tokens from space or the space research, whatever it is, we won't be able to finish that off because we don't have dirt. So we need some new way of getting dirt. I was thinking arbor trees. Grow arbor trees, refine it into ethanol. The ethanol we can keep as a backup power supply hooked up to a petroleum generator. Whereabouts we put the petroleum generator, I have no idea. The second thing is, yeah, this is going to give off a lot of steam, which is going to make this entire area uninhabitable until the steam dissipates. How are we going to deal with that? And I'm thinking long term, we're going to have our dupes in exosuits pretty much all the time. At the moment, I've got an exosuit dock over here. I've got another one down here. If we just have our dupes come straight out of their beds and go into atmosuits, it might actually just be more efficient. I mean, we've got 3 docks down here and another 4 over here. That's 7 already. We're going to need more for the rocket silo. So yeah, maybe just build them into our bedrooms and we'll be good to go. But first, dirt. We need dirt. Oh, and we need to get steam to put into this, which I'm thinking is going to be a regolith-based approach to get our steam. I've started filtering more polluted water, as in I've been sieving the water again, sending it back up this direction, just so that we can sieve it to hopefully get our hands on more polluted dirt that we can turn into dirt that we're going to feed to our arbor trees that we're going to put down here. Ah, yes. This game keeps finding ways to make problems. And this is where our arbor trees will go. Unfortunately, arbor trees require, what is this now? Fertilizer of dirt, 10 kilos per cycle, and irrigation of 70 kilos of polluted water. Polluted water-wise, yeah, we're covered. We've got how much polluted water lying around the place? 241.8 tons of polluted water. I think we're all right on that front. Delicious. Now, where is that? Yeah, you're growing at 1%. What are you missing? Yeah, you got to get some polluted water or polluted dirt. Now, once that's grown up, we're going to have to put ourselves together that power transformer. I believe that was only supposed to be a temporary measure. I should probably move that to somewhere less conspicuous. Oh, and also get rid of our old decontamination section. This is where we were decontaminating our polluted water a long time ago. Now we don't have to worry about that so much anymore. Oh god, the amount of messes that I've created just randomly about the place to try and get stuff done. Ugh, it feels bad. Much cleaner. That's free real estate now so that we can use that to, I'm going to put in a transformer there. And that transformer is going to take up the top half of the grid. This transformer over here is going to handle the bottom half of the grid. And hopefully everything should be much nicer and cleaner. You know what? Let's just hook that up now. Thank God for the snip tool. It just makes things so much simpler. We will snip that right there. And, and this needs to be connected into this down here. And boom. Oh, and we can disconnect that from there. And I think we are good to go. What's the potential draw on that? 1.57. That's perfectly within range. That's 2.89. Yes, but up here, this 2.89, I mean, those atmosphere dots don't draw power all the time. A lot of things up there, like the auto sweepers, all those things, they're not all active all the time, which cuts down on the real power draw. Now, that means we can free up some more space here. And I think we're going to put in an ethanol distillery over there. Oh, that was it. There was a blueprint that came up here that I found very interesting. Well, we're not going to take Gooseman here. The reason being they have a slow learner trait, which is terrible. But they do have the no taste trait. This is a very interesting trait. No taste means they could barely tell the difference between stuffed berry and cardboard, but however, it increases the food morale bonus. And it says food morale bonus +1. However, that's not a flat +1. Like, first time you look at it, you think, oh, that's just a +1 morale bonus, no matter what food they're eating. But it's not quite that way. If we go here under consumables, you'll see that, say, meat has a -1 morale bonus. Pickled meal, the same thing. Stuffed berry has 0. So what happens is if you get a dupe with the no taste trait, if they eat pickled meal, they'll treat it like it was bristleberry. And if they eat bristleberry, they'll treat it like it was gristleberry. And if they eat gristleberry, they'll treat it like it's... Oh, wait, okay, we've went way too far. We've skipped a bunch. Okay. So we've got a +4 morale here on this one here, which is a food quality of... Oh, what's the food quality in a fillet? Unfortunately, this food quality section is not really that good. Instead, we'll have to go to the cooking section. For example, if you take barbecue here, it has a food quality of 3. That's the quality. So what happens is if you give someone who has bad taste and you give them a piece of barbecue, they're going to treat it like it's 1 level higher than this, making it a level 4 food. A level 4 food is stuffed bristleberry, stuffed berry, mushroom wrap, and surf and turf, which means they'll get +12 morale bonus. If you're running a base on just barbecue, which I think a lot of us do, This is effectively a +4 morale boost. The difference between barbecue and any of those foods is +4 morale. So that one level of higher food quality makes an enormous difference. Now, it's pretty weak sauce early on. For example, if you're feeding someone fried mushroom, instead of getting +1 quality, they're going to have +2, which gives them, what is it? Yeah, +4 morale. So it's about a 3 morale gain it, which is actually still not that bad, I suppose. Let's just say I'm leaning towards trying to get the no taste trait on a lot more of my dupes in the future, just to see how it works out. But for this one, they're a slow learner, so no thank you. We'll just grab some oxalate, I suppose. We'll find a use for the oxalate hopefully soon enough. Yeah. With that done, let's throw in a quick ethanol refinery right here. Okay, I'm starting to run out of space down here as well, but that should give us a... Oh, wow, I just realized any polluted water from that's going to drop down there. Yeah, that natural gas generator has not kicked on in a while, and I have no idea how to deal with the excess polluted water. You know what? I will worry about that later. I want to get this steam rocket launched. I don't care what it takes. We're launching the steam rocket today. That will have to move. I think we're going to put in a little steam creation setup here using regolith and, yes, a water drop-off. We're looking for on the waterfront. Where is our nearest source of clean water? Oh, yeah, we can get some from over here. It'll be fine. This will take no time at all. We want to make a very small, compact steam creation facility down here that we're going to dump regolith into, and the regolith should hopefully provide enough heating to boil our water. We're not... how small do we want to make it? We want 2 gas pumps or 1? If we go 2 gas pumps, we can fill it up twice as quickly, but it will take up an awful lot more space. Let me think about this for a second. I think that is going to be it. That will be the extent of our steam creation facility. It's going to be 1 gas pump, just 1. We're not going to go overboard. It will take longer to fuel this up. This thing can hold about 900 kilos, so it means... Oh, no. Stop. Bold. No oxygen just yet. We'll cut you off. Thank God for the snip tool. Oh. All right, maybe a few little minor modifications. Let's make sure that gas pump is off first before we start doing this, and then we're going to have to filter out the oxygen, of course. All right. First thing we do is we turn on the gas pump and we vacuum out this room. I need to put water in there, don't I? Yeah, that would help. Water would be a nice touch. One more moment. Okay, so it got a little different. We've got a liquid vent here, a conveyor chute here, gas pump here. The gas pipes we've got set up, we can do some rejigging by cutting off the pipe here and all that, but for the time being, we're just going to turn that on to vacuum this out. Then we're going to put in some water. Then we're going to put in some regolith via this. And yeah, that should start us on our path to ending up with enough steam. I still have not finished off the ethanol distillery. How are we looking on the tree front? It takes them 4.5 cycles to grow to full size, and another 4.5 cycles for us to get the branches. Yeah, it's going to be a while before we have enough wood to start making any more dirt. Let's skip this forward a bit while we get our steam production ready. Oh, would you look at that? That's already done. That's amazing. We will just cut that off right now. This we can hook up to there. Then it's just a case of turning on the water. The water is coming from, yeah, all the way over here. So the water should pour in here and pour down there. You know what? Let's put in some regolith first, just so we have something to... Actually, wait. We'll put in a few kilos of water. Come on, just a little bit. There we go. A few kilos of water. We'll jump in some regolith. Can't see if we can't get some steam going. I probably should have thrown in a temperature shift plate, but too late now. So we have made it allow regolith, and we've made it allow manual use. Our dupe should come along shortly and dump some regolith in there. It should immediately get sent across the rail here and zigzag back and forth up and down. And while it's doing that, it should at least transfer some heat. Yes. Excellent. Now we just have to get, what? I'm going to have to figure out exactly how much steam we need, but it's going to be quite a large chunk of it. But once we get our first batch of steam made, we can throw in some extra water, and we should start seeing a decent steam production. And would you look at that? We're getting our first bits of steam. It'll immediately turn right back into water again. The moment it hits the gas pump, it's going to exchange heat with the gas pump and the liquid vents. No, what am I doing? We want to turn off the gas pump. It's fine, gas pump. Just stay off. Who's getting cold damage? Why? What to do? You know what? It's fine. That will not bug me. That will not bug me at all. We will just turn off the water switch and we'll get some more steam in a minute. All right, we've got enough steam here that, well, we've got enough water here that once it steams, we'll be able to dump it into our rocket and be ready to launch it. Assuming we have any astronauts left when we get there. Come on, take them out, dig them out. They already got trapped once already. Just come on, get out of there. Perfect. I have never had so many dupes entombed by regolith as I have on this map. The urge to go up there and harvest all of that regolith is so strong because you're so strapped for resources, but it's just stupidly dangerous. You get trapped in the wrong spot, and yeah, you're just going to get entombed, and then the rescue party might get entombed. I gotta be more careful. I gotta be way more careful. Anyway, with all of that done, we're just going to get this steam rocket set up. I'm going to have to pick someone to launch. Who to choose, though? Let's have a quick look at the skills tree and see who deserves to be launched. A prime candidate would be IG-11. However, it takes exactly 21 morale to get to rocket navigation, and they have exactly 21 morale, so I'd rather not do that to them. I think the best person to pick would be Grief Karga. Reason being, they've got a liking for rocket navigation, so we'll get a -3 to the morale. A -3 to a +3 to the morale for actually picking those traits, which means they'll end up with about 24, using 21 of the 24 morale possible. So I think it's time to get them into the skill scrubber, assuming I haven't demolished it, which I probably have to free up space for something else at some point. Oh, this is probably the most painful thing I have done in a long, long, long time. I'm going to pick dirt. I desperately need the dirt for research. I'm not even going to take the steel. That just... Oh, okay. That felt wrong. That felt really wrong. Never mind. We just needed that. We desperately needed that so that we could get some research done. Anyway, I'm going to wait until the trees have actually finished growing before I start doing any research. The problem is the trees need dirt for fertilizer, so if I burn all of my dirt in research stations, I'll have nothing left to keep the trees growing, and then I won't be able to get any more dirt. Yeah, we're in a wonderful position right now. Thank you, Minibase. Thank you so much. Oh, how are we doing down here? Come on, we got to be close. Damn, why can't I see the water? Why is there so much junk there? Water is... Ooh, we're starting to get it soon. Nope, I think that's good enough for me. Here we go. Okay, what the... That's the wrong button. That's the one that adds more water. Never mind. Almost ready to fuel the rocket. Almost. There we go. Rocket fueling can finally start. Insulated gas pipe contents, 100 degrees. Hey, it's making it all the way to the end. That's why we kept this run nice and short, and it should start preheating the ceramic. We have quite a lot of ceramic, so it was no problems to throw down as much as we needed. Oh, and I think what we're going to do is I've been running an insulated tile here across the bottom. I think we're going to insulate in the top here, and then we can strip out everything below this line. If we strip all of that out, we can actually make this magma tank just a little bit bigger and hopefully squish it up tinier. And oh, look at Sweepy there. Sweepy is doing a wonderful job. That is an absolutely excellent job right there. I am actually a big fan of Sweepy right now. That has saved me so much hassle. I'll just, as long as we brick that in, they can clean out this entire spot and make it spotless. Yeah, let's skip it forward a bit until we're ready to launch our first rocketeer into space. Oh, how's Grief done? Grief, perfect. Welcome to our rocketry training program. Now that you've spent all your time doing mechatronics engineering, you are perfectly qualified to be strapped to a rocket and shot into space. We will just call you, where is it, rocket navigation guy. There you go. Perfect. Now all we have to do is load them up into a rocket, pick them a planet, and send them on their way. I'm thinking for planets, we're going to be looking at, where's the star map here? I think this one. This is our best choice. The reason being, we only have 4 research modules, and we can knock out these first 4. Those exclamation marks relate to those invisible resources there, so we should be able to figure out what those resources are, which might be valuable in determining whether or not we should immediately start launching cargo missions. We might even, and I say might, we might actually end up using solid fuel combustion, as in solid fuel thrusters, to try and get a little bit of cargo in. A little bit of supercoolant right now would be really useful, you know what I mean? A few minor complications along the way. Down here, we've got a little blob of oil. The reason being, someone sneezed in our airlock, or someone did something in our airlock, and we lost that crude oil blob. Time to try and replace it. Yeah, these liquid locks are not really the strongest. I can't wait until we get everyone into atmosuits. Once everyone is in atmosuits to start, yep, that's enough of that. Yep. Thank you kindly. Right, that should be... Oh, no, stop leaking everywhere. That's fine. At the same time, I'm also filling this up down here with an excessive amount of water. We've got 1,000 kilos down there, and then another few hundred kilos there. That should give us all the steam we're going to need for rockets for a long time to come. So we'll turn that off, and we're not turning the water back on again for who knows how long. And instead, we're going to allow manual use on this and start boiling that. We've got 1 rocket fueled, but we're going to have to send more, so let's get started. I think we're almost ready to launch. Yeah, rockets fueled. Oh, everything is checked. Let's just make sure no one has to go over to this side ever again. The reason being, we don't want anyone going... Well, this split room is about to become a steam-filled hellscape. I would rather make sure that we lock the doors and don't... Hey, you know what? Just let's have no one allowed back in there anymore. Same with that. That seems like a good idea to me. Oh, wait, no. We might want to get all that junk out of the bottom of the silo first. suppose that because of the break in the wall there, or the break in our liquid lock there, we did end up letting some random gases in here, and some bottles of polluted water did fall down. Hey, let's get ready to launch. Oh, before we launch, we should probably deconstruct those gantries. We don't want them getting in the way, and maybe remove the steel from in there. I'd rather not have some... Oh, what's that? Wrong one. I'd rather not have some boiling hot steel lying around the base just yet. We're looking over here. Yeah, that's going to take a while to boil, but once that's done, we should have enough steam to keep us going for a very long time to come. All right, time to open up the doors and launch. I think we'll be able to deal with the steam by just not going in there. Lock the doors. Be done with it. Pretend it doesn't exist. Some of that heat is going to try and leak out through that door, but I think we've got a cooling loop right outside. Oh, actually, the cooling loop doesn't quite extend over that far. If it becomes a problem, we'll do something about it. But for now, I just want to start the launch. Everything done, everything assigned, and away you go. I'm kind of surprised it took us... I'm kind of surprised we got this far in the end, but we have finally made it. Okay, it's off the edge of the map. You can close those doors now. We don't want any more any regolith getting in there. The steam engine is going to still give off heat, a dry heat, in an area about that big. So we're actually heating up our magma down here. And when we switch over to petroleum and hydrogen rockets, that's only going to become more pronounced. But yeah, I think that went quite well. Ooh, excellent. Our trees are also just been harvested. That means we've got wood. Wood we can throw into our ethanol distillery. And our ethanol distillery will kick out polluted dirt at 333 grams a second. Nice. Just nice. Now, all of that ethanol is going to be stored in this tank. It is going to be 72 degrees. It's way too hot down here, but that's fine. That's where we're keeping our steam. We're keeping our hot ethanol beside our hot steam. Everything, all the hot stuff goes down here. Seems like a reasonable thing to do. Oh, perfect. Just perfect. Anyway, with all of that done, I think this is a good point to make a cut in the episode. Yeah, we've got space sorted. Our base looks very, very, very productive. We've got our... I still love the enormous amount of shovels we've got just living over there. We've got enough of everything right now. I'm feeling rather happy. Not quite comfortable yet, but rather happy. Next up, I'm not even sure exactly what our next step is. I'm going to have a hard think about it. The reason being, I would like to just make permanent bedroom facilities somewhere in a more centralized location. I think this whole steam turbine setup here is going to have to be moved. Though, yeah, we also really need to move... We've almost freed up some space down here, which means we could, cram some more things down in this section. We're also going to need the oil reservoir and tap into that so that we can get oil to start getting into petroleum for when we get into petroleum rocketry. That might be a little bit away. We might want to scoop all the magma out of here and sort of dump it into this side over here, make this tank a little bit bigger so that we can get all that magma out of there, and then we can extend this rocket silo and we can make bigger rockets, which will cut down on our waste of time. Yeah, we got definitely a lot of things we've got to do. I'm just not quite exactly sure in which order I want to do them just yet. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and good luck.